Hello guys, Mr.Wednesday here, back at it with another video. Today we have a clan boss team that's gonna be working for most people. It's nothing crazy, there's no void legendaries, there's no counter attack, there's no ally protection, it's just your normal team with lifesteal gear, and well, only champions you can actually get either for free or that per pass fusions. Now, I do want to say the team really shows promise. I'm not sure what the damage will be, we'll see the run afterwards. I do believe it can two or three key Ultra Nightmare for sure across all possible affinities. Now, there's also no Void Legendaries here, nor Void Epics. There is no Unkillable. Not sure if I mentioned that already. So I'm just gonna go over the champions, show you the gear. Now, first on the list will be Ninja here, who is in lifesteal, and then actually two broken set pieces. We did manage to get him to 3k attack, about 40k HP. He does have 75% crit rate, but that's okay. I'll really soon explain why. You do want him to be actually a bit slower, under the 170 speed, because he will be gaining turn meter through his A1, so he will be getting his attacks in. That way we stay in sync here. I do also want to mention really quickly just that you do need about 220 accuracy, 230 to be on the safe side. Basically, if you can get more, that's fine. There's no reason to go overboard. You do not benefit from gaining like 300 accuracy just for clan boss. It's gonna be working either way. You'll either get resisted. Even with 300 accuracy, it's not like you all of a sudden have a lesser chance to get resisted. You'll get resisted 3% of the time. That's just basically in the game. There's no way to counter that unless the champion skills are let me explain that bit better. So basically there's 3% chance of getting resisted in this game, right? Unless champion's skills are worded exactly in the way that says he cannot be resisted. If he cannot, then you do not need accuracy, and you will not get resisted anyway. So as I said, about 230 accuracy when it comes to Ultra Nightmare. Now the second champion on our list is gonna be Brago. Again, two set piece here for crit damage, and then just a lifesteal set. I did 100% crit rate on him, even though I just said that on some champions we will not be having it. I'll explain really shortly why. Then as much crit damage, and then obviously you would want him to be the slowest in your team, so he always places the block debuffs so that you stay affinity friendly and also do not get stunned. We do have a nice amount of defense here, also really solid HP, so that his shields are actually big enough to make any kind of an impact. Now we do have Kreela. Kreela is actually the reason why I said that you do not need 100% crit rate on everyone. She will be placing 30% increase of crit rate on all allies for 3 turns. It is on a 4-turn cooldown, which is exactly why we have her going at 239 speed. So she actually takes 4 attacks per 3 attacks that clan boss takes, so that she actually always comes back around to place it on all of our champions. That also gives her the opportunity to use her ally attack way more than she would otherwise. As I said, we do have her as 239 speed and 3.3k defense. HP is just a tad bit on the low side, but I did not really want to use like the most insane gear here and then come here and perhaps present to you something that's not really achievable for most of the player base. I did want to keep this as friendly as possible. That's why you'll see even some gear being like plus 12, like you can see here. Now as for the masteries, you do need masteries on all of them, obviously. We went into the typical War Master route here, since we were not getting stunned. There's no any reason to take the turns here. The stun will be blocked, so the stun won't actually be applied, meaning that mastery would be just wasted. and you'll actually see that on all of our champions. Now here I did want him to be able to perhaps get a little bit more of a cooldown through the cycle of magic here, so he comes back to his skills quicker. That's completely okay. And then I do want him to be able to extend the debuffs he places, just so they stay on longer. And as for the Brago here, I did want as much possible healing he can provide, and shields to be as big as possible as well. I do not mind him extending any buffs, that's fine. If he extends them, that's even better. So that's completely okay. You do not get out of sync because of it. Now, as for the fourth champion here, we do have Iron Brago. Iron Brago is amazing if you ask me. I really did want to build this team on my account, but sadly I did not play during the Iron Brago fusion, so I sadly skipped it. Truly wish I had him. I hope I get him at some point in the future so I can play with him just a little bit more. As for his skills, you'll see in the run we actually manual with him for just one turn, because we do want the increased defense to go up straight away, and then we manual one turn after that, so he uses his A1 first, and then actually uses before the AoE 1 of the clan boss his decreased attack ability, so that gets placed on the clan boss for AoE 1 and AoE 2. If you perhaps don't know, there's no benefit to having decreased attack on the stun attack. Stun is just based off of HP you have, so decreased attack does nothing there. It's not gonna actually decrease the damage. And then as for our fifth champion, we have Rhazin. Oh, actually, before I just jump to him, let me just show you the masteries here really quickly. So again, War Master 3. I did take the turns here. Well, actually, it was already there. I did not want to waste gems just for a video, so I decided to just play along. It's not like we would get any more damage from anything else here, so that's okay. I just really did not want to waste 150 gems for our man here, Valerian, who actually volunteered to let me build the team, given that, as I said, I do not have Iron Brago on my own account. And then finally we do have Rhazin, who is a permanent fusion game, as you all know. Let me just find him really quickly. Again, when it comes to masteries, just your typical Giant Slayer route, because he does have the 3 attacks on his A1, and then obviously ended up in Retribution here, so he can counter attack when he loses HP. As for his speeds and stats, we have 175 here, 70% crit rate. Again, Kreela will boost that to 100%, 200 crit damage. Wish we could have actually lost a bit of accuracy for like a little bit more HP, or perhaps more crit damage, but we sadly couldn't. His HP is again on the low side, but that's again okay. As I said, I did not want to make the most broken builds here, and then perhaps you cannot copy them and fear how would the clan bots team perform on your own account. So I did wanna kinda keep it friendly here. All of them are obviously booked. You do need to book them. I'm actually not sure if Ninja is booked. Yes, he is booked as well. So you do not actually technically need to book all of them. You do need to book the champions that are the most important parts here, so to say. So basically Brago needs to be booked, so his ability is on a 3-turn cooldown. Same goes for Kreela. If you do want to build everyone with 70% crit rate, you will need to book her so she can actually place it all the time. And then obviously when it comes to Iron Brago, let me just find him really quickly. His decreased attack is actually on the 4-turn cooldown and not 100%, so you do need to actually book it so it's on 3-turn cooldown, so he actually cycles back to it before every AoE 1 of the clan boss. Without further ado, I'll just jump into the fight, and then I'll come back to you when it's all done. And I just want to jump in here really quickly to actually set the outro of the video so I do not have to prolong it any further. As I said, technically, um, this isn't the best possible gear you can use, right? None of these champions are like crazy build. That wasn't the point of this video. I could have easily used the best lifesteal gear, and well, basically the best gear he has on his account, and his account is really stacked when it comes to gear. I just really didn't want to do that. I wanted to show off like to some degree mediocre gear and what this team can basically do with it. Rhazin is here just because he's the permanent fusion. You can definitely get somebody else in. I mean, if we get perhaps somebody like Frozen Banishing here, the damage jumps by quite a bit, given that we already have decreased defense from Ninja, so basically Rhazin just provides the weaken. It's not like he's doing anything else here, and while he does hit hard enough, the poisons would do the same damage he does. And basically even more, given that Frozen Banshee can place much more of them, and through poison sensitivity she would even increase the damage those poisons do. So she would definitely stack on at least 5 million more than he does. I truly just didn't want to do that because, as I said, the idea of the comp here is basically accessibility. Because if you went for all of these fusions, you definitely have this team, right? Kreela was a fusion, you do have a fusion in Iron Brago, you have a fusion in Rhazin, so basically Ninja was a free champion again. Brogni was a fusion too. Now I understand you may not have all of these champions, and it's fine. Like, the only two champions here I believe are the core and really needed for like this type of comp is basically Kreela. But again, you could just build everybody with like 100% crit rate, and maybe if you have a counter attack or a different ally attack, perhaps like Farakin the Fat, he basically provides the same things she does. Even more, if you ask me, given that he does also place increase crit rate and crit damage, he places HP burn, poisons, there's really nothing he doesn't do, so he's basically even better. He's also on the count. I just did not want to use him because, as I said, it's fusions only or free champions in this team. Again, you can bring in somebody else for Ninja. Maybe we can leave Rhazin in and just get Ninja out and perhaps get Frozen Banshee in there. I keep saying Frozen Banshee because she's rare and many will get her. I could be mentioning somebody like Draco or something, but again, not everybody will have a Draco. So as I said, it's a very viable team, tricky, fairly easy. You saw the Spirit Run with its 26, I believe, 27 million damage, and then we're inching closer to the end here on Void Affinity, where we'll do 30 million damage. Again, even the gear wasn't like all plus 16, many of them was at plus 12, perhaps even plus 10 I believe on one piece, not sure 100% of that. So even with just upgrading this gear we currently have on us, just add a bit more, it would have been an easy 2k team. So yeah, with just a bit better gear and definitely with some changes to the champions, you can definitely very easily do 2k Ultra Nightmare, which is basically as end game as you need to get. I mean, 1 key is terrific, but after you get the 2 keying Ultra Nightmare, you can just do 1 key on Brutal and 1 key on Nightmare, it's fine. You're just using your 4 daily keys, you'll still do all the damage you need done. I do want to mention one thing here. If you're gonna be changing anybody, I do advise bringing in somebody who has like a backup decrease attack skill. Given that in one run I tested, Brago actually does not place decrease attack, and sadly it's not on his A1. So when he doesn't do it, the comp just falls apart given how much damage then we take from Clan Boss. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. Otherwise, I'm very satisfied with how the comp has done. And I truly just want one more time to shout out Valerian, who by no means had to do any of this. He was very helpful, and I truly appreciate what he has done to help me. As I said, I just do not have Iron Brago. I did not play during the fusion, so I still do not have it on my account, otherwise I would be doing this same comp on my account. Without further ado, I'm just gonna speed it up to the rest of the battle, and I'm gonna call the video here. Thank you all for stopping by. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, it truly helps me a lot. And if you like the content, please do subscribe. I'll be doing many more of these similar comps. I'll be doing a rare only comp for clan boss. I'll be doing an epic only comp for clan boss. I'm not gonna be doing legendary on. Well, this is kind of legendary only. When I say that, I mean like as free to play friendly as possible, so that it's easily accessible to people. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you all again. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Much love. And until the next video, Mr. Wednesday, signing out.